Welcome to Ask NCM. I'm Steve Hall. I've got a question here from a new service manager, and I feel his pain. I am a new service manager less than 90 days in the position. Most days I feel that I'm an overpaid babysitter that just nags at the kids. I want my people to be professionals, but I'm struggling with even getting the simplest task accomplished, like getting my technicians to start work on time. Do you have any suggestions? Well, absolutely. We've all been there. Whenever we were new managers or trying to come into a new department where they didn't know us, and we have some people that just aren't on board with us. Maybe they really like the old manager, maybe they just don't like change and are having a hard time warming up to where we need to be. As far as arriving on time, you've got to set the standard. You've got to let them know what your expectation is. One of the ways that I like to do this, if I was having a problem with people showing up on time, was I would have a kickoff meeting. If the bulk of my technicians were scheduled to start at 8 o'clock in the morning, at 8 o'clock every morning, not 8:01, not 8:02, but at 8 o'clock, I would hold a little huddle up 3 or 4 or 5 minute kickoff meeting for the day. That way they knew, I knew when they weren't there, and they got a lot more punctual. Another thing is, have some accountability. If they're not showing up on time, if they're not doing what you're requesting and what you're requiring, have some penalties. So once you've explained why, and you've got the standard set, and they still don't follow that, have some teeth in it. Possibly if you have technicians spiff or bonus programs, they don't get to participate if they're late. So have those come into place with that. Another thing that I would like to add on that is whenever you're trying to figure out why this is happening, sometimes there's some extenuating circumstances. You may have a technician whose life has changed for some reason. Maybe they just went through a divorce, and now that they have the children every other week and they've got to take them to school, they're supposed to be at your place at 8 o'clock, but school they can't drop it off until 5 or 10 till 8 for the start of the school day, and then they can't actually show up by the time they drive over to your facility until 8:10. If that's the case and it's a legitimate reason, I've been known to adjust shift start times. I may have that person start at 8:15 or 8:30, but what I do is I either adjust their ending time or I adjust their lunch time in order to still pick up that time where I still get the full workday from them. So it takes some communication, it takes setting expectation, and it takes having some punishment whenever it's not followed. You've got to get over the babysitter feeling. We all have that, but whenever you become the leader, you will get more production. Thanks for joining me today. If you have any further questions or follow-up comments, please send them to askncm@ncmassociates.com.